Hello everyone and Happy New Year 2024. So I'm Dr. Najib Kissani. I'm head of neurology department in the University Hospital of Marrakesh, Morocco. And also I'm the president of the Epilepsy Alliance Africa. I've been elected 1 month ago. So first of all, I want to thank you all for trusting in me. And also, I want to talk about the Epilepsy Alliance Africa. So Epilepsy Alliance Africa is a group of associations of epilepsy patients, families, and professionals in Africa. So the idea came to us in 2017 during the Epilepsy World Conference in Bangkok in Thailand between Mrs. Chantal Kababayungu from Rwanda, Mr. Dr. Jacob Mugumbate from Zimbabwe, working in Australia, Dr. Prince Kazadi from DRC, and also Mrs. Sarah Nakesa, and some other members. So we decided why not to organize a sort of federation of all associations of epilepsy in Africa. So we had the idea in 2017 with 9 countries. Then in 2018, so the associations have been started, but officially the work started in 2019. And we had many activities. So we started with 9 countries. Now, 2 years ago, we had 35 countries. And in 2024, the January 2024, we are working with 39 countries and 35 associations. So we have 4 members not belonging yet to an association, but from different countries. So we are including 39 countries, which is a huge number within the 54 number of countries in Africa. So Epilepsy Alliance Africa has been created, first of all, to assist patients, to support, to educate, to raise awareness, to help countries and associations in Africa in order to establish some networks for helping patients with epilepsy, for good diagnosis, management, and education. And we reached many objectives, so we organized many webinars. Up to now, we organized more than 20 webinars during this 4 years. And also I want to thank Mr. Tori Kazuiti, the past president, for all the work done with all the members, myself, Mrs. Chantal, Dr. Jacob, Dr. Gams from Cameroon, Dr. Prince Kazadi from DRC, Sarah Nakesa, Janet from Gambia, Dr. Jabang, and many others. And also we have new members from Libya, from Sudan, from Tunisia, from different countries. And we had also the Stripes Weeks, which is a very important event that we are organizing each year during September. So we had the last one in September 2023. It was a very successful event, and everyone in his association is asked to wear some purple clothes with Stripes Week. And during the last World Conference in Dublin in September, between 1st and 6th of September 2023, so we did t-shirts for all the members produced by the Yusuf Ben Tashfin associations from Morocco. It was a gift to many members, and we had put these t-shirts during the World Conference of Epilepsy. And on this t-shirt, so we announced the 2nd Africa Brain Week, which will be held from 20 to 25th in February in Morocco, in the Mnad city. And also we are putting the website of the conference and also encouraging people to help more patients in Africa in order to bring patients out of the shadow. So the Stripes Weeks is a really very brilliant idea. And also we had many task forces. We have the awareness task force, and we had new members come in. And the role of this task force is to encourage patients to talk about their disease, to have normal life, because as you know, epilepsy is chronic disease, but when it's good properly diagnosed and well treated, normally we have around 80% of recovery, and patients are free of seizures, and they can have really a very normal life. They can marry, they can work, they can go to school, they can celebrate everything, they can go to cafe, they can drive their cars. So that's why you have not to be ashamed by epilepsy, even patients or families. We have to declare it. We have to fight about stigma. As you know, stigma is a big obstacle to having normal life for patients with epilepsy. And we have many patients afraid about declaring their disease, or maybe they can be fired if they say to their employer that they have epilepsy. And also we have to fight against this. And also we have the risk of a lot of people thinking that epilepsy is contagious disorder, and they are not approaching patients with epilepsy. And even in some countries like Senegal, like many others, in sub-Saharan Africa, patients are isolated and nobody could get in touch with them. So the first task force is the awareness one. Second one is the publication. So we published many papers in index journals like epileptic disorders, like epilepsy in behavior, like the African Middle East Epilepsy Journal, which is run from Marrakesh. And we had more than 20 publications last year, 2023. We have also the project task force, which is the very active task force, and we submitted many projects, and we are working mainly in telemedicine, and we already started many group of telemedicine, and we are running many projects of telemedicine with patients from Rwanda, from Malawi, from Mauritania, from Niger, and many other countries. And the fourth task force is the task force of conferences, of webinars. As I mentioned, we ran around 20 webinars last 3 years, and each year we will have one monthly webinar, and we have many other conferences. And the fifth task force is the education task force, which is having a project of educating nurses, and this project is under the umbrella of Epilepsy Alliance Africa in partnership with International League Against Epilepsy in the Telemedicine Commission, and also nurse section. And thanks to Mrs. Schaefer, who is the president of the nurse task force, nurse section in International League Against Epilepsy, who wanted to support the Epilepsy Alliance Africa to run the nurse educational program in the coming years, 2024 and the other coming years. And we already organized 2 teaching sessions for nurses. The first one I supervised as I'm head of the telemedicine section, a nurse educational program. So the first one was organized in Kigali in Rwanda from 30 and 31st of October 2022 with the support of Mrs. Chantal Kamayumbu from Rwanda. She is the head of the Association of Epilepsy in Rwanda. It was a very successful nurse educational program that you can find on our website of the Epilepsy Alliance Africa. And we had around 70 attendees, and we had more than 10 countries attending online. So it was hybrid conference. And this conference was sponsored by the epilepsy section of East Mediterranean region of the International League Against Epilepsy, and thanks to Mr. Ghaib Bashar for his support. The second session of educating nurses was held in Marrakesh 24-25 of December 2022, and it was a French one. The first one was English one, and the second one was French one. So we had more than 150 attendees, and we had more than 100 attendees online. And just to tell you that, for example, Haiti, which is not French, which is not African country, it's American, Latin American, or Central American country, but French speaking. So we had around 78 registered nurses from Haiti, and 30 attended, even if it was starting at 9 a.m. Morocco time, which was 2 a.m. Haiti time. So just to let you know that our Epilepsy Alliance Africa and all its activities are having a lot of interest, a lot of good points from different aspects. And we welcome you again in our Epilepsy Alliance Africa, and we encourage you to become members of new associations, and to go to our website of the Epilepsy Alliance Africa and to become member of the Epilepsy Alliance Africa. And we are ready to help, even in telemedicine. I'm supervising the task force of telemedicine to support any patients in Africa and any place in the world using English and French, as we are speaking English and French, and also Arabic for our Arabic-speaking countries. And also, we can come even to any country in Africa to have a nurse educational program, as now we are organizing with Mrs. Chantal for Burundi. And thanks to Mrs. Chantal, to Dr. Prince, Dr. Gams, Sarah Nakesa, Janet, and everyone in the Epilepsy Alliance. And we ask you to become more active in our Epilepsy Alliance Africa. And our next appointment will be the second African Brain Week, which will be held in Dimnat in Morocco from the 20th to the 25th of February 2024. And you can see the website on the picture. You can register, you can ask for any information. And thank you again, and all our wishes of the new year, and also all the success to our Epilepsy Alliance Africa.